Hello and welcome to my tarot card reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's start doing a summary for all the signs so you have an idea what is coming for every single one of you. Let's pay attention first of all to all the tarot cards that we have here, especially the first two lines, which are all of them upside down. As you can see, the first two lines are all upside down, and this could be a consequence of all the planets that were retrograde during the month of June. We have Uranus, we have Mercury, we have Saturn also that was retrograde, and I believe that Pluto also was and is retrograde. It was retrograde during June, and it's going to still be retrograde during the month of July. So what we can see here is a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking, a lot of brooding during the month of July for you fire signs. A lot of thinking, a lot of mental processes going on for all of you fire signs. Introspection. Now, there's going to be a lot of situations that are going to end for you during the month of July. New chapters are going to be written. So in order to write a new chapter, you have to pass the page, close that chapter, and start a new one. So new things, in other words, new chapters are coming to your life. Things are going to change for you, fire signs. We have the sun, which represents Shiva for me, and Elegba, which is the one that opens and closes doors, is letting us know that definitely fire signs, there are things that are going to be shut down for you during the month of July. So the tarot cards are saying that big changes are coming for you, big changes. The advice is flow with the universe. Let yourself be guided by the universe, by God, or whatever you want to call it. Just be prepared for this shutdown that is going to happen during the month of July. Many things are going to be closed for you. Many doors are going to be closed. Many paths are going to be closed. Many paths are going to be shut down during the month of July. That's what the tarot cards are saying. Sometimes we need to play a little bit of a fool and just pretend that nothing is happening. But at the same time, we have to move with the flow. Technically speaking, sometimes we do have to face sacrifices. Like we say in Spanish, in Puerto Rico, we say we have to give up the wing in order to eat from the breast. There are obviously changes. There are going to be changes for everyone. There's going to be new beginnings for everyone, for all the fire signs. And that's what we are going to start talking about on the next readings in details for every single sign. It's going to be a little bit of confusion every single time that we close a chapter or something closes for us. It brings a little bit of confusion, and that's very normal. So go with the flow, don't resist, go with the flow. The tarot cards are saying that there are going to be changes, things are going to end for many of you. Remember, this is a general tarot card reading for all fire signs. Therefore, 51% is a majority. Even if it doesn't apply 100% for you, you can't expect that to happen. It's not being realistic. But generally speaking, we have a major shutdown on fire signs. Things are shifting, things are changing course for the majority of the fire signs. Aries. This is your tarot card reading for July 2013. We have here the sun. We have here the Knight of Wands or staff. We have the Six of Swords, and then we have the world represented here by Saturn, Libra, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Technically speaking, Aries, there's something that is going to shut down for you. A door is going to shut down, is going to close, a path is going to close. Something is going to end for you during the month of July. So don't be surprised. I'm letting you know. For me, this represents Shiva, the one that brings those kind of ends. And then we have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Swords. Look how the Six of Swords is, the woman is walking, but is walking into a different direction. It's not walking towards the sun, it's walking towards this other card. So it's letting us know that we need to flow with the universe. We need to flow with life. Don't go against the current. I'm letting you know, because otherwise you were going to have a lot of headaches. Just go with the flow. There's going to be changes. New things that you're not probably prepared, that you don't know, represented by this card, are coming to your life. But you're in Aries, and Aries are pioneers. They like to open new doors and lead the way. So take advantage of that energy, Aries, and lead the way. Lead your own destiny. Just go with the flow. You don't have a lot of experience. This is something new, obviously, but go with the flow. My best advice is learn from the past. Learn to be a little bit more structured, represented by Saturn. Learn to be a little bit more structured. Trying to find balance in life, harmony in life. Learn to see the world from someone else's perspective. And you will see that everything will be a little bit easier for you during the month of July and for the rest of the year. Capricorn, Saturn, and then we have Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign that likes to evolve, likes to bring evolution to society. At the same time, it's a little bit of a rebel and eccentric, but all this is for your own good. This kind of energy, what it's telling us is that the life is pushing you into a different direction. If you want to have a nice experience, a nice flight, when it's bumpy, you fasten your seatbelts, right? Just follow instructions, fasten your seatbelt, go with the flow, learn to be structured, learn to live with within the limits that life is giving you, and you will see that everything will be fine for you, my dear Aries. And that's your tarot card reading for July 2013. Leo, July 2013. Here we have a Legba upside down, and then we have the Knight of Swords representing Gemini, and then we have Saint Francis the Fool, and then we have Uranus representing the Ten of Swords representing Uranus and Gemini. And notice that we have 10 in numerology. 10 is reduced to number 1, and with 1 the world started, and 1 representing the beginning of something new, a new chapter. So notice Elegua is telling us, I'm closing doors, but at the same time I'm bringing you something new in exchange. So be aware. So doors are going to close, but new things are coming to your life, Leo. So don't get carried away. Don't go crazy. Uranus loves to bring quick, sudden changes. Okay, so don't be surprised if during the month of July, quick, sudden changes arrive in your life. You've been already warned that will happen. Gemini, in other words, there's going to be a lot of options for you eventually in the future. A lot of options, alternatives, a lot of options, but this is going to bring a lot of confusion in the meanwhile. So don't be scared. I'm just letting you know right now that's what is going to happen. And then Saint Francis the Fool. Saint Francis the Fool is here seeing with animals. What he's doing is preaching. He's preaching to the animals because he was told to do so, and he was seen as crazy. So sometimes, my dear Leo, you have to play crazy. You have to pretend that you don't know nothing. So in order to see what really is going to happen, it's like when someone pretend that died, and he creates his own funeral, his own wake, to see who is who. That's what you have to do meanwhile. That's the best advice I can give you during the month of July, my dear Leo, because there's a lot of changes coming, a lot of things coming. So if you resist the change, then Uranus is going to bring quick, sudden changes, and you might feel a little bit rebellious if you don't know what is going on, because it's going to create a lot of confusion. But I'm letting you know now what is going to happen, and eventually there's going to be a new beginning for you, my dear Leo. So keep this in mind. Play fool. Just just go with the flow. Just let it be, let it be, let it go. Don't self-center yourself in so much agony because you lost this, you lost that. No, 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 no. Just let it go, let it be. Go with the flow, play the fool, and like the song, everyone plays the fool, and just, you know, go with the flow, because technically speaking, that's what the tarot cards are saying. There's sudden, quick changes coming for your life, Leo. I'm saying it over and over because I just want you to put it like really deep in your mind. Quick, sudden changes are coming to your life. You might feel a little bit confused, but my best advice: play the fool. Okay, be innocent, play the fool, be creative, and you will see that everything is start falling in its place. There's going to be plenty of alternative for you eventually in the future. In the meanwhile, July is letting you know that it's full of changes for you, Leo, July 2013. Sagittarius, this is the tarot card reading for you, July 2013. Let's start looking at the cards. We have here the Outcast, and then we have the Death here, and then we have the Nine of Staff, and we have Mercury, Gemini, Eight of Swords, and Sagittarius. For you, what we have here is things for you are going to start moving really, really slow for the month of July. You are going to get a little bit desperate. You want to get rid of whatever you want to get rid of. You want to make some sacrifices. There's going to be a lot of thinking, represented by the Eight of Swords, because the Eight of Swords is related with judgment. There's a lot of thinking, and then you have Mercury and Gemini. Obviously, a lot of thinking, brooding in your life, but don't be desperate. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't jump into action. Don't do anything, because this tarot card here is about someone that it doesn't matter what he has been advised or warned not to do, at the end always end up doing it. So whatever you're going to do, go to a lawyer, go to a doctor, go to whatever it is, the professional that you have to go to make sure that you are 100% correct in the decision that you're going to make, that everything is going to be fine. If you don't do what I'm just telling you, then don't say that I didn't warn you, okay? And shamefully, every single time that this card comes out, people end up doing it. They start acting very impulsive, and then they start crying why I just did it. So careful, I just told you. The card is letting us know that obviously there are going to be changes in your life, but they're going to be very, very slow. Notice that the Death card is looking towards the Outcast. So in other clues, the key is of listening. Like we say in Spanish, whom listen to advice will be able to get to old age. I don't know if there's something similar in English, but that's what we say in Spanish. So just listen to the advice that I'm giving you. Listen to the advice that whoever is giving you. Listen to that. Don't be impulsive during the month of July. Be very careful. And not only during the month of July, for the rest of the year. Don't be impulsive. I know that you're going to get very desperate in the situation that you are, that you want to do something, but you have to wait for the right moment. You want to do sacrifices, obviously represented by this card. You want to do sacrifices. You are going to do a lot of thinking. There's probably options before you, but just make sure that you're going to do the right thing. Because if you do the wrong thing, you might end up suffering the consequences. I might not be very nice. Okay, and that's my best advice. This is what is looking like. What is the universe bringing for you, Sagittarius? It's going to be very slow changes for you. You might get very desperate. You might lose it. And you might even jump into action. This is not the right time to do actions. I know you want to do sacrifices. You might be willing to do sacrifices, but you have to think about it. Okay? You have to study. You have to analyze. Mercury, analyze, study. Gemini, study, analyze the options before you jump into whatever is the first option that you want. Okay? Otherwise, you might be suffering the consequences of a really bad decision. Okay? I'm just letting you know right now. This is the nice way of saying it. In other words, Sagittarius, there's going to be a tendency for you to just be very impulsive, jump into the first option that you are confronted with, and then at the end, you end up in a situation where you're stuck with a situation that you won't like. That's the negative way of saying it. That's the tendency. I'm telling you, don't do it. If you do it, you've been advised already. You have been warned. I hope that you have a wonderful July 2013 and enjoy the rest of June as well.